The new topic of chapter number 8, Cell, the unit structure of life. The new topic is nucleus. This is the cell organelle which we are going to discuss today. Nucleus, as we all know, it was first discovered by or described by Robert Brown in the year 1831 in the cell of the orchid cells. Okay, so it is basically very important cell organelle which is found inside the cell. It used to do lot of activities which are of great importance. Nucleus may have a spherical shape, but in different cells it is of different shape. Like generally it's spherical in cuboidal and germ cells, oval in columnar cells of intestine, discoidal in flat cells, kidney shaped in a mega nucleus of endothelium or paramecium. So basically, if we study it, we find nucleus have a different shape and size according to the performance of the cell, what location the cell is, and its size also varies. Its genetic material component of genetic material also varies. So there are a lot of variations which are found inside the in a shape and a structure and size of the number of the nucleus. Basically, mostly it is found that nucleus is monokaryotic in nature, or we can say anunucleate. There are we can say there are cells which are anunucleate, there are cells which are binucleate, there are cells which are multinucleate. Binucleate is found in ciliated protozoans, multinucleated is found in Opuntia. So mostly they are monokaryotic. Okay. Now the structure of nucleus. Basically the structure of nucleus is made up of these 5 elements: nuclear envelope, nuclear pore, nucleoplasm, nucleolus and chromatin. These are the elements which are present in the nucleus. Now let's see the ultra structure of that is nucleus, and in this we will found that nuclear pore, outer nuclear membrane, inner nuclear membrane, perinuclear space, chromatin thread, chromocenters, karyosomes, endosomes or plasmosomes, nucleolus, karyolymph and heterochromatin. These are all the elements which are present inside the nucleus. Now coming to the nuclear membrane is also known as nuclear envelope or nucleolemma or karyotheca. They are also called like this, karyotheca we can say that, and it was discovered by Arkleb in the year 1845. The structure of nuclear membrane, it is having as it is bilayered membrane, there is outer layer and inner layer. The space inside between those two layers is considered as a perinuclear space. Now nuclear pore is, as we can see into the figure, there is a point which is known as nuclear space between the nuclear membrane, that is nuclear pore. So the thickness of that nuclear pore is about 400 to 1000 Armstrong in diameter. Average size is 800 Armstrong. So these are the pores which let the things go in and out of the nuclear. Now coming to the nucleoplasm. Nucleoplasm is a sap which is present inside the nucleus. Okay, its function is it acts as a nuclear skeleton and helps in maintaining the shape of the nucleus. It helps in the formation of a spindle protein. Is a function of nucleoplasm. It is a synthesis of NAD, ATP, DNA, RNA and ribosomes are being synthesized over here in this nucleoplasm. It supports nuclear chromatin nucleus. Then coming to the nucleolus. Nucleolus was first observed by Fontana in the skin of the earl, and the term was coined by Bowman, and in a light microscope the structure was given by Wagner. This is the history regarding the nucleolus, and its function is to biosynthesis of RNA and stores RNA. So that's why it is also considered as ribosome factory. Okay, and it helps in the spindle formation during the cell division. Coming to the chromatin are the thread-like structure, or basically chromatin are the genetic material. So let's understand what is the difference between chromosomes versus chromatin. Chromosome, tightly packed DNA found only in cell division. Tightly packed Tightly packed DNA simple means it is having genetic material and it is also having histone protein into it. Chromatin, unwound DNA means it is uncoiled. It is not like in a thread, it is uncoiled and found throughout interface. During the cell division, we find the phase interface. Inside that, it is clearly visible chromatin thread. And third is that this DNA is not being used for macromolecule synthesis. What does it mean by macromolecule synthesis over here? Basically, chromosomes are a combination of genetic material, that is DNA, and the histone protein of near about 40% of histone protein was built in there. So they acts as an energy molecule, as protein is there to synthesize new genetic material. While chromatin are ready during cell division, they used to get segregated, so they are ready to synthesize. Now, chromosome number, as we all know that in human being, whatever the chromosome number it is found in the nucleus inside. So the chromosome number, basically 23 pairs of chromosomes are present in humans. 23 pairs means 22 pairs of autosomes, and the last pair of chromosome, that is the sex chromosome. It may be XX in females and XY in males. So these genetic material are of great importance for the process of life, as they generate codes for each and every activity to perform certain set of actions, and how to do cell division, how the body will grow. All sort of activities being controlled by the chromosomes itself. And this is the diagram which is shown in front of you. It shows the duplication of chromosome. First you say chromosome consisting of one chromatid, means one thread is there which is duplicated to form two chromosomes which are joined by the centromere and the sister chromosome, duplicate chromosome, and then they get segregated by the process of mitosis and becomes two daughter chromosome. Hence chromosomes forms daughter chromosomes and they get multiplicate like that only. So this is the process which we found inside the nucleus. This whole process takes place inside the nucleus, and nucleus is also considered as a brain of the cell, because it regulates and monitors a lot of activities inside the cell, and it controls the whole soul activity inside the cell. So this is all for the day. In the next class we will